We made a quiet contract once, the night and I without a word, to meet here in the small hours when nothing else could be heard. I show up and the night shows up. That's the only deal we struck. Quiet contract, you and I. No questions asked about the why. Quiet contract, soft and sealed. Nothing broken, nothing healed. Keep my end by being still, by not demanding more than this. The night keeps its end until the morning comes to end the bliss. I show up and the night shows up. That's the only deal we struck. Quiet contract, you and I. No questions asked about the why. Quiet contract, soft and sealed. Nothing broken, nothing healed. The night always keeps its word. That's more than most. My northern window gets no sun, just the cool and honest light of a sky that's never done, deciding between gray and bright. Northern window, honest view. No flattery in what comes through. Northern window, clear and real, showing me exactly how to feel. I've grown fond of its cool gaze, the way it doesn't romanticize. No golden filters, no soft haze, just the truth in northern skies. Northern window, honest view. No flattery in what comes through. Northern window, clear and real, showing me exactly how to feel. Some windows face the easy light, some face the long and patient north. I think I needed one that's right, not beautiful but fully worth. Looking north, finding something truer there. still here, still searching through the low refrain, still finding something close to near, still walking through the midnight rain. Somewhere warm inside the cold, somewhere young inside the old, somewhere warm, I know it's real. I can almost feel. Maybe it was always here. Maybe I just couldn't see. Maybe warm is nothing more than finally being free. Somewhere home, almost there, almost there. I drift the way that driftwood drifts, without intention, without fight. The current takes and current lives, and I give into quiet night. Not lost, just floating. Not gone, just slow driftwood in the midnight stream, half awake inside a dream. Driftwood soft and warm and real, going where the currents feel. There's freedom in not knowing where the water takes you in the end. The night is cool, the night is fair, and even broken things can bend. Not lost, just floating. Not gone, just slow driftwood in the midnight stream, half awake inside a dream. Driftwood soft and warm and real, going where the currents feel. pressure dropping now, the way it does before the rain. My body knows before somehow, before the weather shows its name. Pressure drop, the air knows first, before the drought becomes a thirst. Pressure drop, something's coming, soft and low, the atmosphere humming. Pressure drop, let it break, let the rain do what it takes. Relief in the release, in the moment tension breaks, in the strange and sudden peace that every pressure drop creates. Pressure drop, the air knows first, before the drought becomes a thirst. Pressure drop, something's coming, soft and low, the atmosphere humming. Pressure drop, let it break, let the rain do what it takes. Here comes the rain, finally. You never said you'd stay forever, you just stayed a little long. And I was good at almost never, getting used to feeling wrong. Almost yours in the dark, almost real, almost art. You were close enough to touch, almost everything, almost too much. The clouds came in without a warning, covered everything in gray. Not threatening, just softly forming a ceiling over yesterday. Cloud cover, hold the sky. Don't explain the reason why. Cloud cover, soft and wide. Let me rest in what you hide. There's mercy in the overcast and not being seen too clearly, and having something from the past covered over, held more nearly. Cloud cover, hold the sky. Don't explain the reason why. Cloud cover, soft and wide. Let me rest in what you hide. Every sky needs to be clear. Not every night needs a star. Sometimes the clouds are what we need to remember where we are. Cloud cover, holding everything gently. That's enough for tonight. There's a color to this hour, somewhere between gold and rust. Something tender, something sour, something made of equal parts trust. Copper light on everything. Even on the hurt it brings. Copper hour, warm and warm. Beautiful the way things are torn. Copper hour holds the light long enough to last the night. I've been sitting with old feelings, like furniture I never moved. They're not wounds, they're just the healings of a heart that's finally grooved. Copper light on everything. Even on the hurt it brings. Copper hour, warm take inventory of my shadows, the ones I've named and ones I haven't, the ones that live in mental meadows, the ones that make the quiet happen. Shadow inventory, soft and true. Some of them I never knew. Shadow inventory, mine to keep. Everything that lives in deep. Shadow inventory, dark and real. The honest side of how I feel. Not every shadow needs the light. Some do better in the dim. Some are perfectly alright, living at the outer rim. Shadow inventory, soft and true. Some of them I never knew. Shadow inventory, mine to keep. Everything that lives in deep. Shadow inventory, dark and real. The honest side of how I feel. Even shadows need tending. I'm learning to tend mine. There's a harbor light across the bay. I've been watching it for hours now. It doesn't ask me what to say. It just holds its place and shows me how. Steady in the dark and white, something constant on my side. Harbor light, don't go out. That's what stillness is about. Harbor light, soft and far, close enough. I leave the window open wide and let the night decide what stays. The cooler moves like quiet tide and rearranges all my days. Open window, open night. Everything that feels not right softens at the edge of air. Open window, I am there. The sounds that drift from far below are small and human, warm and near. A lavador, a radio remind me that I'm also here. Open window, open night. Everything that feels not right softens at the edge of air. Open window, I am there. Let the air decide. Let the night come in. Let the open wide be where I begin. Open window, open. Still open. I dreamed of somewhere flat and wide, with nothing interrupted sky, where I could lay my thoughts aside and not feel the need to justify. Open like a salt flat plane, nothing here to lose or gain. Salt flat dreams, wide and still, nothing climbing, nothing hill. Salt flat dreams, just the sky, no more asking who or why. Sometimes the mind needs open space, not mountains, not a crowded thought. don't have to fight to settle somewhere in the mind. Nocturnal ease, unhurried gift, the only kind that doesn't shift. Nocturnal ease, soft and free. This is what the night gives me. Nocturnal ease, real and slow, the only ease I've come to know. I try to find it in the day, in tasks completed, boxes ticked, but ease would always slip away before I knew that I was tricked. Nocturnal ease, unhurried gift, the only kind that doesn't shift. Nocturnal ease, soft and free. This is what the night gives me. Nocturnal ease, real and slow, the only ease I've come to know. The night gives freely, no invoice, no condition, just The fog came in without announcement, covered everything in soft, no dramatic pronouncement, just the low and drifting loft. Fog index, visibility low, only feeling what I know. Fog index, soft and gray, hiding what I can't convey. Fog index, close and near, everything unclear but clear. evening pours itself like slow, like something thick and almost sweet. It fills the corners, fills the low, and makes the city incomplete. Liquid evening, soft descent. This is exactly what I meant. Liquid evening, fill me up, empty out the morning's cup. Liquid evening, dark and real. Give me something soft to feel. I let it cover everything, the sharp regrets, the brittle plans. The evening doesn't care what spring or winter left inside my hands. Liquid evening, soft descent. This is exactly what I meant. Liquid evening, fill me up, empty out the morning's cup. Liquid evening, dark and real, give me something soft to feel. Liquid evening, pouring still. I'm at myself at night mostly, when the edges are more clear. Not perfectly, not mostly, just enough to know I'm here. Late cartography, drawing lines around all the uncertain signs. Late cartography, soft and slow, mapping where I deep enough, deep, still descending. There's a depth beneath the surface where the noise can't reach me now. I go there without purpose, without knowing why or how. Deep enough to finally rest, deep enough to feel my chest. Open up and let it go, deep enough to let things flow. I used to fear the quiet deep, the stillness underneath the sound. Now I go there just to keep the part of me that can be found. Deep enough to finally rest, deep enough to feel my chest. Open up and let it go, deep enough to let things flow. Not drowning, just descending. Not lost, just softly bending into something calm and true, into something warm and new. Deep enough, deep, still descending. There's a slow current underneath everything that looks like still. It moves below the way I breathe, below the surface of my will. Slow current, always there, moving through the unaware. Slow current, pull me through, back to everything that's true. always there, moving through the unaware. Slow current, pull me through, back to everything that's true. Slow current, deep and long, carrying me where I belong. Just float, the current knows. Let it carry you. Fading now, softly and completely. That's okay. The signal's getting soft.